and then we're stopped now. We are 1 hour into the 3-hour drive, and yeah, so 400k today. It is a figure 8 loop, so hopefully that will make it a bit easier. So the format for today's ride, so 400k, but it's a figure 8 loop, so that gives us the advantage of having our sleeping bag and sleeping mat in the back here that we can leave in the car, and then we sleep at home base, and then we'll have a second ride. So it's 268 and 147, I think, is the breakdown. We're going to see if we can ride through if we feel like we're up for it, or we'll have a couple hours skip and continue on. So should be interesting, and a good sort of test for the 600 on how we should sort of strategize for that ride. The start is in Dunmow for this ride. It's a very cute little town, as you can see behind me. We've just unpacked the bikes. I am slightly annoyed because I forgot my gilet. And gilet is a great piece of kit, especially in the summer when the weather's changeable. So today is going to be fairly warm, but there's showers predicted, so I'm pretty annoyed with myself for that. We are ready to go. Nathan just needs to put his shoes on. 3 hours in the car, and I think we're pretty much ready to start spinning. I've gone for a slightly different setup this time. I'm using my frame bag instead of a handlebar bag, so a little bit more arrow, but the frame bag does sort of hang down and get in the way of my water bottles, but there's side release cages, so it's not usually too bad. But yeah, just experimenting with different options. Nathan has gone this time with the bigger saddlebag in the back, and yeah, that's Nathan's setup. The weather today is looking pretty good. Some thunder showers forecasted today, this morning, and then pretty clear. And then tomorrow, when we'll be more tired, the winds are fairly low, but it's not going to be too hot. There's some really hot weather forecasted next week in the mid-30s. So thank goodness that has waited to arrive, and we should be pretty good tomorrow and today. We've been poured on once. Will it happen again? Look at that. Uh-oh. I don't know if you can see that. So we're at the first control. It is Reed, 40k in. Felt pretty hard work, that 40k actually. I think we had some crosswinds and some headwinds. My legs are a bit sluggish today though, to be honest. I was hoping for some tailwinds for the next little bit, just to get the average speed up a bit. But yeah, we're just having a bit of a quick break and then we're going to continue on. We are now in Clare, which is Control 2. We're stopping for lunch here because we start at 11. It's 3:30 now, so I'm just grabbing proper lunch before I run out of energy. And yeah, feeling pretty good now. The first 40k was a slog, but the past 40k has been with a tailwind, so it has been super amazing. 30k an hour easy average, so our average speed has pumped up and our enthusiasm is much better now. Legs are achy today though, but other than that, it is an amazing day for a ride. It's beautiful weather, and of course the tailwinds make it so much more fun.
Sure how traction is. No. I think so. I got better traction than I thought. I got better traction than I thought for slick.
So we're here on the seaside. We've been following this path here. I'll show you. So yeah, we've been following the coast, and it is really beautiful. We're about 180 something K, and yeah, this scenery is kind of, I think, what we need right now. Is, you know, you're just spinning along, you're getting a bit bored, and then the scenery completely changes. It's beautiful. There's no cars to worry about. It's a little bumpy. But yeah, just a change of pace. It's just really nice at this point in the ride to have a change of pace. We have about less than 100k now to get back to base, and then we decide if we're going to have a nap or if we're going to try to slog through and push on through the night. So stay tuned. So sometimes things don't quite go well. Nathan's just experienced that. Would you like to tell everyone what just happened?
I got pooed on.
He got pooed on by,
I don't know,
the pigeons up there. How did that make you feel?
gross.
Gross. He felt gross. So we've done our best to clean it up. Luckily he has another jersey back at base, and we're only 80k from there. So for tomorrow he'll be all fresh and clean.
Say good morning, Michelle.
Good morning. It won't be morning till I see the sun in my eyes.
It won't be morning until she sees the sun in her eyes. It's 4:45 in the morning. We've had an hour and a half sleep, and now we're doing the final bit. No rest for the wicked. The sleeping wasn't great. It was on a hard floor, and there's just people moving around. So we decided to get out and get back on the bikes and get it done. And it's lovely. Yeah.
Good morning. So
Last night we arrived at the checkpoint at 1:30. I couldn't record because people were sleeping there. Yeah, so we arrived at 1:30. We left at 4, and I got about half an hour's sleep. So yeah, I'm not well rested, but the sun's coming up now, so that usually starts to perk me up. It's about 10 degrees, so it's a bit cold, despite the fact that Nathan, this is why we're stopped, by the way, somebody put tacks down for a cycling event and Nathan hit one. But yeah, so Nathan's wearing short sleeves, and I don't know how he's doing it. It's freezing. It's only 10 degrees. How am I feeling? So when I get quite tired, I lose the power of speech. So I'm just sort of waking up and regaining the power of speech. I'm looking forward to a proper food stop at the minute. I'm sort of having fudge for breakfast. My body decided at 3:30 when we woke up that it was not the time for food, so I'm now paying for it a little bit, but trying to keep hydrated and trying to keep some energy in me. It's not easy at weird times of the day. We are at Malden. We're having, yes, McDonald's. We're having McDonald's. So yeah, we just wanted something quick and easy. We have 35k left to go. Right now it's I'm in auto mode. So yeah, just really tired. Legs are all right because the sun's come out. It was a cold, dreary morning, so I'm really glad the sun's come out. It's making it a bit easier now. My muscles are much happier. My shoulder's seizing up. It kind of hurts, but it's not a big problem. Yeah, so yeah, it's hard. 35k, it's going to be a long way. But Nathan's confident we can.
It's the final straight. It's the final furlong. You always find that little bit extra, so.
To get you through the final. Alright.
So there's no excuse.
Yes, we've got fuel. It was breakfast still, so had pancakes, latte, and yeah, so let's see what we can do. It is now Monday morning, and I have to go to work. Oh, how much I would love another 8 hours in bed. But yes, I have to go to work. So the one thing I just wanted to record and talk about is what is known as an Audax hangover. After the 200, Nathan and I were tired, as you would be after a long ride, but we didn't have an Audax hangover. After the 300, I could understand the term Audax hangover, and again today. Though it's slightly less worse today than it was for the 300. But yeah, just like slight headache, obviously just tired and sluggish. After the 300, I had a lot of brain fog, which luckily I don't have today because I have to go to work, whereas after the 300, I had a day of rest in between. But yeah, so there's an Audax hangover, interestingly. All the fun of a hangover without the drinking. So now we have the 600 coming up, the do-it-yourself we're going to do through France and Belgium to achieve Super Randonneur status. I have to say though, I'm a bit up in the air about it because here's the thing. I ride for the pleasure and joy of cycling, and after about the 250, 270k mark, I find it to be a real slog. The 600, you know, we've spent a lot of money on ferries and trains and accommodation for the 600 because we'll be out traveling and going away, and so I'm a bit up in the air. We have enough of a buffer on that ride that we could do it as a normal, like a mini tour, and do more normal mileage. Slightly longer mileage than we might on a tour, but just more normal, cycle in the day, rest at night, cycle in the day. So yeah, I just need to decide if I want Super Randonneur status enough to push through the tedium of just going on a long ride for the sake of a long ride, rather than going on a ride to enjoy it, which is sort of, to me, what happens after that 250 mark. It's just a slog. So yeah, I guess it's all about why why you ride. And for me, I ride for the joy in exploring. I'd rather go on a tour and enjoy it and stop at the pubs, and when I see beautiful things, not worry about, oh, if I spend 15 minutes here chatting with somebody. All of that, you know, it's really clarified why I ride. And I knew why I ride. I knew I rode for the pleasure before I started this journey, Audax journey, but really, really it solidified that I like to explore and enjoy and stop. Yeah, it's my favorite kind of riding. So I'm always up for a challenge, but also what makes me happy is important. So yeah, stay tuned to see what happens for the 600. Of course, I'll be sharing it with you. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear your comments about, you know, why you ride, or if you do Audax rides in long distance, what your feelings are after a certain amount of distance. Are you actually still enjoying it? How you keep the joy in the ride? And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.